Hey folks, Adam the Wealthy Son here, and I wanted to take another quick second with you to share some information with you. I was trying to think, what am I currently doing that makes me super dedicated to what it is that I do right now? Like, as you know, I'm working on a lot of different projects at one time, but for one time in my life, I'm actually working on those projects, giving them not all equal time, but giving them all equal effort, meaning I'm putting it forth 100%. And I usually don't do that. My personality and dynamic has usually been, I'll start something, I get really excited about it, but then I put it just to the side until, if something better comes along. And that's just how I've been living, prior to me making some behavioral changes. And for me, it's cool like to say, okay, I'm scheduling stuff. I'm keeping track of my time. I'm dedicating certain times for certain things. Like one of my good friends, we're working on a new product. And man, when we finally unveil this thing, you're gonna be blown away. But it's very unique. God is so good. But anyway, he sent me a text message early and said, "Hey Adam, how is the revision going?" And I was like, it's not. I'm not working on it till tomorrow because I'm working on some other things. But being able to prioritize myself, man, that's been like so great. But it's not like I said, okay, I'm not working on that at all. I set myself to know that I know Friday is going to be a little bit lighter day. I can devote my full brain to this project because it's very important that we almost execute this thing to perfection. So I'm like, all right, Friday is the day I'm going to work on it. But we talked about doing a revision this past weekend. So it's like, for once in my life, I'm starting to gain control over the projects that I'm working on. And like, I'm working on my real estate license. I'm taking the classes online. So it's like, I do it at my own pace. But I got to get these 60 hours done. So when do I fit it into my schedule? It's like, I'm setting myself up to succeed now by prioritizing my life. My spiritual piece is the most important to me right now. So that's getting the most time and the most priority. But at the end of the day, I'm still working on like 6 or 7 other things that are important. So I have to get them done. Plus, I'm active in my church. I still have a wife and a son. I have family and friends. But I have to prioritize my life so that I'm living a balanced life. But at the same time, I'm getting stuff done, man. I love it. I wanted to share that with you. But what's helped me? How have I been able to make that change? I decided that I was going to start making myself accountable and taking responsibility for things unseen. What do I mean by that? For example, with my business, my partners are very, very important to me. I try to build a relationship with them as quickly as possible now so that I can find out what's in them, what it is that they want, what is it that they're going through. Why? Because I know once I get committed to that, when they call me, there's nothing in me that's going to say, especially if I'm not busy doing something else. When they call me, there's nothing that's going to stop me from picking up the phone to take their call. You have to keep it real. If you guys been in this business for a while, there's some times when there's people that call you that are on your team and you don't pick up the phone. You don't pick up the phone for whatever reason. You may be busy doing something else, or you may be like, I'm done doing some work for the day. I just need to chill with my family. But I've committed myself to put myself in a position that those times where I haven't, prioritized, said, hey, this is the time for my family or my wife. If we're just hanging out, just watching TV, I'll pick the phone up, even if I have to shorten the conversation or set another time for us to talk. But you never know why they're calling, and I put myself in the mindset that I don't know why they're calling. It's not just about business. It may be 12 o'clock at night. I know they're more than likely not calling me for business, but because I've committed myself to that relationship, some of them are married and some of them are really truly going through some things in their marriage, and they just need somebody to talk to. They need to, say, okay, man, from a spiritual standpoint, they can come to me and get good advice. They know I'm not going to, pet their flesh. They know that I'm not going to just tell them things that's going to make them feel good. I'm going to give them what's real. And a lot of times it's against their grain. It's against what they want to do. But if they know if they call me, I'm going to give them the right answer. And I'm going to give it mostly according to the word of God. But then at the end of the day, man, I try to put myself in a position where like I'm forced to do the things that I'm supposed to do, if that makes sense. Let me give you another example. When I first started this weight loss journey, because I've been a cereal diet. I've tried different diets, different supplements, whatever. The bottom line is a lot of those things work if you work it. But if you're not consistent with it, of course they don't work. So what I did was at the start, just to get myself jump started, I knew once I got jump started, I'd be good. But it was two things. My son, I didn't want him to have the fat dad. The second thing was I wanted to live a healthier life. But the thing that got me more committed to it was I was a part of a community online of people also trying to lose weight. But instead of just talking about, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I started taking pictures. And when you start taking pictures, you know that a community is holding you accountable, because from week to week they want to see your progress. So for me, I had to get overly committed to staying consistent, because it was like I didn't want to let these people down. And mentally, you have to get to the point where you're saying, I don't want to let these people down. You have to find something bigger than yourself, or you're apt to quit. And everybody's not a quitter. Everybody is not a procrastinator. But for you guys that are, this is for you. Find something that's bigger than you so that it'll help you stick to it. My deal is I do care what people think. Now, that's good and bad. When I say I care what people think, like, I don't even know how I want to word it. The opinions of others don't necessarily matter, but the people that matter to me, I care about how I'm displaying myself. That's perfect. That's it. That's exactly what I want to say. I really value the opinions of others, but it's not going to shake me or shape me. I do care about the people that I care about, and that's a lot of people. Their opinions I value, but they're not my end all. But I do care about how they're receiving the way that I'm putting stuff out. I do care about how I'm being displayed to the masses, if that makes sense. So because I do have such emphasis of how I'm being displayed to the masses, I do things to I don't want to say please them, but I do things to make them not impressed. That's not the word I'm looking for. I do things to make them say, yes, you're doing what you are set out to do. When I get the feedback that I'm getting back from them what I'm trying to put out, yeah, that's right. I'm not crazy, y'all. I'm just talking to you, right? I'm answering my own questions, though. What I'm saying is, I care that you are getting from me what I'm trying to get to you. In a nutshell. That's good stuff. I guess that was a simple way of saying it. Life is not so difficult. Stop making life difficult. You guys know, man, I used to edit my videos. I don't do any editing anymore. Straight off the cuff. I just want to talk to you guys. So I think that's it for today. Unless you, like I said, something come up today and I'm like, I gotta share it with the family, because you know if I forget, you guys will have to wait till I remember. That could be next week, next year. I don't know. But that's it for today. I'll talk to y'all soon, man. Love y'all. Enjoy your day.